Hi everyone, today I'd like to introduce Peliosanthes violacea. This is a plant from Southeast Asia. This is an understory plant, therefore it lends itself to being a very good indoor plant because of its low light growing habitat. Now let us take a look at the leaves of this plant. As we can see, the leaves are rather leathery and like palm leaves. Especially the rhapis palm comes to mind when we see the leaves of this plant, which implies that this plant has a low rate of transpiration. Hence, this plant also gets less thirsty. Therefore, we can skip watering for a long time between waterings, which is great actually. If we think about it, we can water it, forget about it for a week, and it will do nothing. This plant will be in great shape, and when the soil is fully dry, we can come back and rewater it again. In the summer months, I water it 2 to 3 times a week because I live in tropics and here the climate is rather hot. So I have to keep the soil just a bit. I let I let the I let the soil approach dryness, then I water it again. But during the cooler months, I water it once a week, and that's fine for this plant. I bought this plant 1 year ago. I bought this plant a year ago I bought this plant a year ago as I mentioned. The glossy narrow green form of the leaves drew my attention when I spotted this. The glossy narrow form of the leaves drew my attention when I spotted this the glossy green narrow leaves are what drew my attention when I saw this for sale at a nursery a year ago. I haven't reported it yet, but I am going to report it in this video. I haven't reported it yet, and this is in this same nursery pot for a year, and I am going to report it since now it looks rather root bound as we can observe. So let us move on with the reporting process. Let me quickly wear the gloves. Now we are ready with our gloves, and now let's move on to repotting this plant. First, let's discard of the old soil. Let's see what is potted in. There is quite a lot of perlite from what it seems, and I believe this might be some leaf mold and charcoal. So yeah, this plant has quite a lot of healthy roots it seems, so I don't have to cut away the roots. This plant can be divided into two, but I am not going to do it. So let's see. Let's select a nice good size pot for it. I believe this will be a reasonably good size for this plant. Yeah, this is okay. For the drainage, I'll be putting some small or rather fine pieces of charcoal at the bottom. Yeah, that's that. Maybe add a handful of this will do. So here we have placed some charcoal at the bottom of this, some small grade horticultural grade charcoal, and now I am going to use, okay, this may not be visible in the video. Yeah, now this is a mix that I have prepared. This has equal parts of this has equal parts of leaf mold This has got equal parts of leaf mold and vermicompost mixed with equal amount of perlite and a handful of charcoal. Of this, I like to use some these small grade horticultural charcoals to improve the drainage. So let's move on with repotting this plant. Let's see now. This might not be as easy with me recording because I have to keep an eye on the recordings to see if I'm in focus or not. Yeah, the plant is stabilized. And that should be it. Yeah, maybe a bit more soil would be necessary. Let's see. I do have pre-made soil mix somewhere. Let me just find it out. Yeah, I have a small quantity remaining which I have used in some earlier projects, so I'll be dumping that as well. That should do. Okay. Okay. So the potting is done, and this soil is very dry. I like to keep the soil dry until I am using it, which saves the soil from decomposing in storage. So this is the plant fully potted, looking nice as ever. Thank you all for watching this video by the way.